How's it going, guys? It's Marcus. Shigaraki Tomura is being set up to be the overall main antagonist for My Hero Academia. He was the second in command and now the full leader of the League of Villains and All for One's apprentice. I used to not really like Shigaraki as a character all that much because of the way he acted as a villain. He just destroyed things for the sake of being evil and wanting to destroy things he disliked. But after realizing what the series is truly doing with his character, I've begun to appreciate him a whole lot more. He's exactly like Deku, but instead of wanting to become the greatest hero like All Might, he desires to become the greatest villain like All for One. Both of these characters are constantly growing alongside each other and learning from their mistakes in order to become even closer to their final goals. Shigaraki used interactions that he's had with other villains to his advantage. Stain was the first major turning point for him because Shigaraki realized he needed conviction or an actual motives in order to be a good villain instead of just causing random destruction. Although Shigaraki caused more destruction to Hosu on that one night than Stain, Stain was the one all over the news because people knew of him due to his strong ideals and goal in mind, which was to bring back the old hero society and purge out fake heroes and villains who flaunt around their power. But even before all this, I did like the way Shigaraki was written at times, especially when he uses phrases like, "Oh no, game over," or "last boss," you know, that type of shit. It's nice. I wonder if he plays Overwatch. Also, the voice actor they have for him is perfect. When I heard the scene, my mute was as hard as a rock. When I heard the scene, I kid you not. Shigaraki! Omae Aside from who he is currently, Shigaraki became a villain because All for One ended up raising him when he found Shigaraki on the streets with blood on his hands. Nobody came to help Shigaraki because everybody assumed a hero would do something eventually, but nobody ever did anything until All for One showed up. But how did young Shigaraki get into this predicament in the first place? Well, Shigaraki's real name is Shimura Tenko, which means he's the grandson of Shimura Nana, who was the previous One for All holder before All Might, as well as All Might's teacher. Nana ended up having a son at one point who was Shigaraki's father, but Nana didn't want her son associated with the world of heroes whatsoever, and didn't even want All Might or Gran Torino coming into any type of contact with him. I believe he was put into foster care because of this. So eventually the boy grew up and had a son, Shimura Tenko, aka Shigaraki Tomura. So what happened to this man? Well, you gotta look at Shigaraki's villain costume for more information. Shigaraki has tons of disembodied hands attached to various parts of his body. But one hand in particular seems to be attached to him more frequently than any other hand, and it's the hand that covers his face. Shigaraki calls this hand father or dad, and usually does this if the hand is knocked off of his face forcibly, like in the USJ attack, and when Bakugo blasted him after being freed from his restraints. He also shows signs of serious discomfort and anger anytime the hand has been knocked off of his face by somebody else. So it may seem a little weird as to why he's calling this hand in particular father, right? Well, not really, because I think this hand and potentially all the other hands attached to them are victims of his quirk, decay, which turns anyone he touches with all 5 of his fingers into dust. There was a scene in particular shown during the last episode of Season 2 when Shigaraki was going on his rant about the Hero Society and All Might to Deku. A brief shot was shown of a young Shigaraki covered in blood looking at a disembodied hand on the floor that also has blood around it. I believe that hand in particular is Shigaraki's father's hand, and Shigaraki used his quirk on his father on accident and killed him. The reason I say he was on accident is, number one, Shigaraki looked very young during the shot, and in the scenes when he met All for One, quirks don't develop into people until they are around the age of 4 or 5, so Shigaraki himself nor his dad wouldn't know what kind of quirk Shigaraki would have when he was born and when exactly the quirk would form. So young Shigaraki may have just been simply giving his father a hug, and his quirk developed during that moment and his father died because of it. Since when you usually hug a person, you put all 5 fingers on their back with at least one hand, usually 2. Reason number 2 is, on the off chance Shigaraki did know what his quirk was when he killed his dad, due to him always being super upset anytime somebody messes with the father hand, it shows he still cares for his father and doesn't want anyone messing with that one part he still has left of his dad. And Shigaraki keeping that hand on his face almost all the time is so he can still feel close to his dad. It's fucked up, I know it's pretty fucked up, but it's the way I see it. It really is a shitty situation Shigaraki was born into. You know, you can't really control what kind of quirk you're born with unless, you know, you pull in a never and do all this trial and error stuff. So he just killed his dad unwillingly at such a young age and had to live with that for so long still. It really sucks. Plus, he was left alone for such a long time, and he was never saved. All that psychological trauma, combined with the fact that Japan's greatest villain was the one to raise him from there on out, you know, this became Shigaraki's only path. It just became destiny for him to become a villain, honestly. And even though I have a lot of confidence in this theory, remember, it's just a theory, and I'm not saying this is fact or anything. I'm sure we'll get confirmation of the full story with Shigaraki's past sometime down the line, but probably not for a while. I am really looking forward to that eventual time, though, so I can learn the 100% truth. But I think that's going to be it for this video, though. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please be sure to leave a like down below if you enjoyed, and if you're new to the channel, subscribe. I also have a Discord server if you guys would like to join. The link for the Discord will be in the description down below, but until then, I will see you guys next time. Peace out, take care, bye-bye.